Maverick's riveting story of people who have changed the world. Benjamin Franklin, the quintessential innovator, a deep dive into his enduring inventions and contributions. Summary: Benjamin Franklin, the epitome of innovation, a look at his indelible legacy. Dubbed as the embodiment of Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Mark Zuckerberg, and Henry Ford combined, Benjamin Franklin's contributions continue to resonate in modern society. This remarkable polymath, born on January 17, captivated the world with his inventions and innovations, akin to today's tech moguls. His endeavors spanned from creating revolutionary devices like the Franklin stove in 1742, the lightning rod circa 1753, to innovating bifocals and the flexible catheter in 1752. He popularized new terminologies in the field of electricity such as battery, positive, negative, and charge. Whether it was science, writing, or politics, Franklin's influence was a global phenomenon, admired in France and feared in Britain, leaving an indelible mark on the world's history. Presented by Global Elites Network at Non.School. Global Elites Network, pioneering future leaders through innovative education. On January 17, we celebrate Benjamin Franklin's birthday, a man who was the epitome of inventiveness and innovation. His ingenuity was such that he could easily be likened to a combination of Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Mark Zuckerberg, and Henry Ford in a single persona. He was a polymath, a master of multiple disciplines, and his intellectual footprint left an indelible mark on the course of history. Known for his myriad inventions, Franklin would create devices that had broad applications or ingeniously refine existing inventions. Franklin was not just an inventor but a scientist, author, and statesman whose reputation was revered not only in his homeland but extended across the Atlantic into Europe. In France, he was seen as a Renaissance man, a figure who embodied the resurgence of art, culture, and knowledge. Conversely, the British saw him as a dangerous traitor once he openly supported revolution against the crown. Franklin was multifaceted, wearing many hats throughout his life. He was a postmaster, politician, and musician. He created a media empire and was a trained firefighter. He was also an expert swimmer among many other things. In his later years, Franklin's immense contribution to the 1787 Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia stands out as a testament to his enduring legacy. Let's delve into Franklin's most significant innovations, many of which remain in use today across the United States. One of his key inventions was the Franklin stove in 1742. Before this invention, colonial homes were heated by inefficient and smoke-filled fireplaces. Franklin's stove offered a welcome alternative. Encased in iron, the Franklin stove generated more heat, emitted far less smoke, and consumed significantly less wood than traditional fireplaces. Franklin believed his invention was for the greater good and thus decided against patenting it. Around 1753, Franklin put his understanding of electricity to practical use. He developed a cost-effective solution to protect houses from being consumed by fire during lightning strikes. This invention, known as the lightning rod, redirected the electrical charge from a lightning strike safely into the ground. Lightning rods became incredibly popular, and even King George III had one installed at his palace. Over the years, the lightning rod has undergone various enhancements, including an innovative version from Nikola Tesla. Franklin is historically credited with the invention of bifocals, though the exact date remains unconfirmed. As he aged, he required corrective lenses to rectify two distinct vision issues. While Franklin has been acknowledged as the inventor of bifocals, recent years have seen a debate about whether Franklin was the first to invent bifocals or if he was an early adopter who popularized them. Some argue that the technology existed in England in the 1760s when Franklin resided there. However, there's no denying that Franklin, the biggest celebrity of his era, popularized their use. Another noteworthy innovation was the flexible catheter in 1752. When Franklin's brother suffered from kidney stones, leading to difficulties in urination, Franklin invented a practical, less painful alternative to the rigid tubes that doctors were using. Despite similar devices existing in Europe, Franklin's flexible catheter gained popularity in America and continues to be used today. In the domain of electricity, Franklin contributed significantly with his experiments, making him a beloved figure in France's scientific community. His studies in electricity later proved instrumental in shaping his diplomatic career. Professor Leo Lemay from the University of Delaware, a recognized expert on Franklin, credited him with standardizing the use of 4 words in the context of electricity: battery, positive, negative, and charge. These words existed before Franklin's time, but their meanings and usages were redefined through his work. However, it's important to clarify a few misconceptions about Franklin's inventions. Professor LeMay, in 1997, listed several things commonly but erroneously attributed to Franklin on the University of Delaware's website. Contrary to popular belief, Franklin did not invent the first street light, the odometer, daylight savings time, the first volunteer fire company, or the first fire insurance company. In summary, Benjamin Franklin was a man of many talents and interests. His influence spans across multiple fields, from science to public service. His innovative spirit and unyielding curiosity left a profound and lasting impact, making him one of the most influential figures in history. On his birthday, we remember and celebrate this extraordinary man, whose enduring inventions continue to be a part of our everyday lives. Following the trend of inventors like Jobs, Edison, Zuckerberg, and Ford, Benjamin Franklin didn't limit himself to a single field of innovation. Instead, he dipped his toes into a wide range of disciplines, turning his insightful gaze towards everything from scientific concepts to domestic utilities and public services. This approach, which seemed to echo the broad-minded intellectual exploration of the Renaissance, captivated the French, who regarded him as a modern-day Renaissance man, a polymath versed in a vast array of knowledge areas. However, his wide-ranging pursuits were not only intellectual. Franklin's endeavors extended to roles as diverse as being a postmaster, a politician, a firefighter, and a musician. His media empire echoed the undertakings of modern tech moguls, while his swimming prowess highlighted his physical fitness and versatility. Franklin's public service, particularly his influential role at the 1787 Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, marked his final significant contribution. Though he played a behind-the-scenes role, Franklin's impact was far-reaching, forever altering the course of American history. Now, let's delve deeper into his wide-ranging inventions and innovations, each of which carries its unique backstory. The Franklin stove, developed in 1742, was an answer to the inefficient and excessively smoky fireplaces in colonial homes. Enclosed in a sturdy iron casing, the Franklin stove provided more heat and significantly less smoke than traditional fireplaces, all while consuming less wood. This innovative stove allowed homeowners an efficient and economical way to heat their homes, offering a practical solution to an everyday problem. Despite the potential for commercial gain, Franklin made a principled decision to forego patenting his invention, considering its benefits as something that should be accessible for all. In 1753, leveraging his comprehension of electricity, Franklin invented the lightning rod, a simple yet ingenious device that protected houses from lightning-induced fires. The rod, acting as a safe conduit for the electrical energy, directed it from a lightning strike into the ground, effectively shielding the building from potential destruction. This invention gained widespread acceptance, to the point where even King George III, the British monarch, had a lightning rod installed in his palace. With time, the basic design of the lightning rod has seen various modifications and improvements, including a particularly innovative version designed by the famed inventor, Nikola Tesla. As for bifocals, the timeline of their invention is a subject of debate. While Franklin is historically attributed with their invention, some argue that the technology already existed in England during the 1760s when he resided there. What remains unquestionable, however, is Franklin's pivotal role in popularizing bifocals, becoming their most prominent user in his era. Whether he was the inventor or an early adopter, Franklin's use of bifocals catapulted this dual-vision corrective solution into mainstream awareness. In 1752, when his brother experienced discomfort due to kidney stones, Franklin invented the flexible catheter, a less painful alternative to the rigid tubes used by physicians at that time. Despite the presence of similar devices in Europe, Franklin's flexible catheter found wide acceptance in America and continues to be in use today, underscoring his lasting impact on medical technology. Franklin's fascination with electricity also led to significant contributions in this domain. The celebrated Professor Leo LeMay from the University of Delaware credited Franklin with the formalization and standardization of 4 terms integral to our understanding of electricity: battery, positive, negative, and charge. Although these words were in existence before Franklin's time, their usage and meaning in the context of electricity were largely due to his efforts. However, it's essential to separate facts from myths when considering Franklin's myriad accomplishments. In 1997, Professor LeMay posted a list on the University of Delaware's website to debunk common misconceptions about Franklin's inventions. Contrary to widespread belief, Franklin did not invent the first street light, the odometer, daylight savings time, the first volunteer fire company, or the first fire insurance company. In the grand scheme of things, Benjamin Franklin emerges as a figure of historical significance. His inventiveness, his relentless curiosity, and his multifaceted persona make him a beacon of intellectual prowess and creativity. His enduring inventions and contributions continue to shape our everyday lives, a testament to a legacy that transcends time. As we celebrate his birthday, we pay tribute to this extraordinary individual who has indelibly impacted the world as we know it. Top 10 questions for further analysis. 1. How did Benjamin Franklin's approach to innovation and entrepreneurship influence his success, and what can we learn from it in our businesses today? 2. In what ways can we apply Franklin's values of hard work and constant learning in our own business culture and leadership? 3. Franklin famously stated, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." How can this philosophy be applied to the professional development and continuous learning initiatives within our organization? 4. How can we foster a culture of innovation in our organization, similar to Franklin's pursuit of invention and improvement? 5. Franklin was a polymath who mastered various fields. How can we encourage and value diverse skills and cross-functional expertise in our own organizations? 6. Franklin believed in sharing his inventions for the greater good instead of patenting them for personal gain. How does this concept compare to modern business practices regarding intellectual property? 7. Considering Franklin's invention of the bifocals, he saw a problem and found a solution that benefited many. How can we foster a similar problem-solving mentality in our business? 8. Franklin was not only an inventor but also a great communicator and diplomat. How can we improve our communication and negotiation skills in the business environment? 9. How can we adopt Benjamin Franklin's practice of self-reflection and continuous self-improvement in our professional lives? 10. Franklin was effective at creating networks and partnerships, as seen in his establishment of the first American libraries. How can we improve collaboration and partnership within our own organizations? That concludes version 1.0, our teaser. If you've enjoyed this and would like to delve into the complete business case study, version 2.0, we invite you to subscribe to our @mba.casestudy channel at either https://courseware.mba or https://casestudy.mba. Once there, you'll be able to access and read the full version 2.0 case study. Every day, Maverick will publish several videos containing the comprehensive version 2.0 of the MBA case study channel. We encourage you to share your thoughts on any MBA case study video that piques your interest. Your input could be valuable for others in our community, so please don't hesitate to leave a comment.